Yo guys, what is up? Max on our First Descendant video, and today we're talking about the best Kuiper Shard farm in the game. I have been farming a lot of these and testing all of the different spots. I've been streaming it. Chat has been suggesting me all these places to try. We've been timing them. We've been breaking down the Kuiper Shard per hour farms in normal mode and in hard mode. And today in this video, we're going to be presenting not only the best normal farm, but also the best like hard endgame farm once you are to that point. Now, why is farming these things so important? These are the real like bottleneck for increasing your damage. A lot of the bosses in this game are just straight up DPS checks. You need the damage. You need the firepower to be able to take them down. It's not so much a skill thing. And one of the biggest issues that you're going to run into is not having enough of this material to upgrade your damage, upgrade your survivability. And so in this video, I'm going to showcase some few farms that you're going to be able to grind for a few hours, get plenty of Kuiper Shards. Our number one spot is around 330,000 Kuiper per hour. Pretty crazy. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you find it informative. And with that, let's get right into it. So to start, before you spend hours farming in a specific location, the things you're going to want to do are set up your farm. And there's a few things that you can do that real quick to increase your drop rates. One of the biggest things that you're going to want to do is try to keep an eye out for drop rate boosters on your external components. This is a defense one that I found that has a gold tier of the Kuiper Shard drop rate increase modifier and the module drop rate increase modifier. When you get more modules, you can break them down for more resources, and Kuiper Shards will obviously give you more Kuiper Shards. So this is kind of like a best in slot thing. If you could find something like this for in every slot, you're going to be boosting your efficiency for farming drastically. Obviously for farming, you don't need like to have the best in slot gear on. So keep an eye out for like gold tier Kuiper Shard or Kuiper Shard drop rate increase modifiers. They will help you out a ton. However, for the numbers that I'm going to be going over in this video, I wasn't wearing any drop rate increase modifiers. That's because I didn't want to skew the numbers, and I didn't want to have my data look very different than the data that you're going to be getting. So just note that the numbers that I'm going to be showing are without any increases on. So we're going to start by talking about the best Kuiper Shard per hour farm in normal mode. It is drastically different, the best farm in normal mode versus hard mode. So if you're just looking for normal mode, we're going to talk about that first, and then hard mode will be later on in the video. There'll be timestamps at the bottom. Just note that the normal mode farm is not even half as much Kuiper per hour as the hard mode farm. This farm that I'm about to show you is about 75,000 Kuiper per hour, or 75,000 Kuiper Shards per hour, and our hard mode farm is going to be about 330,000. So that's part of the reason why, if you're running through the game, it's really just great to try to get through the story as fast as possible and get to hard mode, because your like farming rates will go up just so dramatically. But the best farm that we've found for normal mode is in shipment base. You're going to want to come to the White Knight Gulch shipment base area and then come to Fortress Outskirts. This is a mission that has pretty fantastic density. The enemies are high level. It's great if you can come with a team. It's fine if you can come solo. It's just definitely with a team is a little bit better. The reason for that is you're going to want to activate all of these little kind of modules that you need to defend, and enemies just spawn all over them. Now you'll note that the like mob density is pretty comparable to like something like a defense. Defense spawns a ton of enemies. The big difference in why defense isn't good for Kuiper Shard farming is because the enemies in defense don't drop Kuiper Shards. So you have to do like missions out in the world if you want to get this material to upgrade your character. But the main thing with this mission is you're going to want to activate all of these security things. Ideally, activate all 4 of them before the mission even starts. So you're going to run over. Ooh, that's some lag. But the enemies just keep spawning. You're going to defend them. If the enemies stand on them for any period of time, it slows you down. So ideally, you have like 4 people here. Everyone's defending 1. You just run around, kill everything, and you're getting around 75,000 shards per hour doing this. That's not taking into account all of the shards that you're going to get from all the modules that drop, breaking them down. This is just from enemy drops. The reason this farm is pretty good is because, one, enemy density is pretty good, and you can get it done in a reasonable amount of time. However, it pales in comparison to our hard mode farms, which we're about to talk about in a second. But that is our best normal farm. Now, for our number 2 spot for hard mode Kuiper Shard farms is the large nuclear reactor. You can come to the sterile lands, the classified area, teleport to the classified area. And this mission is very, very easy. It's very, very relaxed. You basically just stand in a circle, enemies run at you, and you just need to kill them. Bringing an AoE frame like Bunny, like Valby will help a ton. And all you do is just stand in the circle. This circle takes exactly 1 minute to charge if you are keeping enemies out of it. So this mission is done in just a minute. And when I was testing it, I was getting around 193 Kuiper per hour, 193k to around 200k shards per hour, basically just blasting this. If you have a group, you can have one person that just like went right when it's about to end, runs out to the beginning and starts the run again, so the other 3 players can just stand in the middle. And this was extremely efficient, but it's not as efficient as our number 1 spot. It seems like there's a big kind of meta with these farms, with the missions that take the shortest amount of time give the most amount. And while this is only a 1 minute mission, our number 1 spot is a 30-second long mission, and let's go to that now. Coming in at our number 1 spot, this spot is very, very fast. This is the anticipated ambush point. It's an extermination mission, so unlike the other ones where you have to wait for something to charge, this one you can do as fast as about 30 seconds. It's faster if you have a group. If you're like min-maxing this with a group, you've got some people that are there to kill things with you. You can get about 300,000 shards per hour, which is just ridiculous. Solo, it's a little bit slower. You're probably getting around 220,000 to 250,000. But I just want to show you guys this thing. You might remember this mission and how short it was, but basically all you need to do is run up here. There's some enemies that spawn. Do our best to kill them. More enemies spawn. And because this is an extermination, you don't have to wait for something to charge. It's basically just as fast as you can kill things. So the better your build, the faster you get this farm. And because it's a 30-second farm, not only are you getting all of the loot that the enemies are going to be dropping, but you're also going to be getting a mission reward quite literally every 30 seconds. There's the boss spawn. That's the mission. 30 seconds done. I had to move around a little bit, but if you're doing this quickly and you've got a good setup, you're getting the most amount of Kuiper that you can get in the game currently. And that 330,000 is not taking into account all of the mods that if you do this for an hour, you go break down, which is probably now another like 100,000 Kuiper from all of the mods that you're gonna be getting if you break down, especially because this specific mission has multiple tiers of mods that drop from it. So if we come over to the rewards, we've got a gold mod, we've got a purple mod, and we've got a blue mod. So not only are you going to be getting all of the Kuiper, but you're basically almost always going to be getting at least an extra module besides the ones that drop from the enemies, making this the most efficient farm in the game currently if you are trying to increase the power of your weapons and your descendants. Just note that this is only applicable to hard mode. Because hard mode, every enemy is level 100. If you're coming here in normal mode, you're not going to be getting nearly as many Kuiper Shards because you're going to be fighting really low level enemies, and those low level enemies are not going to be dropping things. So if you are struggling in normal mode, try to do the farm that I showed off in the first part of the video, and then once you're in hard mode and you really want to grind and min-max your characters, this is absolutely the spot. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. A huge thanks to Zero and Ted Jax for recommending to me to check out these spots. And if you enjoyed the video, I really do appreciate you dropping a like, maybe subscribing, and drop a comment down below on what else you want to see. I've been trying to pump out as much First Descendant content as I can, so hopefully you've been enjoying it. I'll catch y'all in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace.